this is not improving upon what I already have access to. You still there?
Sorry, I
Hello?
muted you. Sorry, I asked my question
Oh, okay.
myself, I guess. So just like the other product, do you think this product has any role in your practice?
Honestly, no.
Okay. And all right, so now we're going to talk about the two profiles together. If you had to make a decision on which one you think is better, what would that be?
Which one is better?
And if it's neither, that's fair, that's fine too.
I'm going to say neither then.
And is it? And what's your primary reason for that?
I just looking at them, I don't see the endpoints being any better than what's already available to me. I just don't see, going back to my very first, one of my earlier comments, what we're missing is something that I can treat the patient with easily and highly effective in terms of symptom relief within a very short period of time. And none of these provide that. I've got treatments, I've got formulas that I can use over prolonged periods of time already. Granted, they may not be FDA approval, but there's plenty of people utilizing them in off-label type scenarios that have been published. So neither of these medications are improving upon anything I already can do. They're going to increase the cost. And so from that standpoint, it's just there's no benefit to it. So I'm not going to waste my time going through a process of prescribing something and then finding out, I need authorization, because the insurance companies are going to look at this and say, well, has she failed other therapies? Has she failed over-the-counter? Has she failed vaginal preparations? I'm not going to waste my time, having someone in my office do that or myself have to do that when I can just write a script and be done with it. And I think that's one of the things where a lot of drugs... Go ahead.
Oh, keep going.
I just think that's one of the things a lot of the pharmaceutical companies don't realize is the time involved for me to be able to prescribe a medication that's new to the market. And it can be better than what's out there, but I still, oftentimes, I'm going to have to go to bat. And oftentimes, what we get is we get a salesperson that comes to the office. And that salesperson 3 weeks ago could have been selling shoes at Foot Locker, and then they got a job with a pharmaceutical company and went to go train. So a salesman is a salesman is a salesman, and so that's the face of the company. And when they don't have that understanding, and they come and say, well, we have vouchers, or no, insurance companies are going to cover this. No, they're not. They're just they don't understand the game very well, and so I think that becomes a little bit irritating. But aside from that, if there's a product out there, if one of these profiles showed a product that one-time oral dosage, 90% symptomatic improvement within 24 hours, boom, I'll go to bat for my patient. I'll go to bat for that drug, and I will do what I can to get it moving off the shelf and prescribe it because it's that much better than what's out there. But when they present something that is no better and it's going to cost more, you're wasting my time because it's going to get denied. And having practiced in 2 different states in this country, you know, I okie doke.
All right. So what's your reaction to this product profile?
But this my first impression is this seems like something I've seen published before as kind of a not, you know, a researcher blah 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 says novel treatment for, you know, resistant or recurrent yeast infections, and this looks and sounds a lot like what people are doing on their own with the diflucan, where they're treating them once a day for 7 days, and then some kind of cocktail where like this is once a week for 11 weeks type of deal to chronically suppress the yeast growth. What I'm not understanding is before the second line on that dosing and administration, before administration of product M, initial acute treatment with 3 150 milligram doses over 2 weeks is required. So I'm not understanding how that's a little confusing when you look at the initial dosage is 150 milligrams once a day for 7 days. So how am I going that route when I'm treating them the first way? You know, and I'm not expecting you to give me that answer. That is confusing to me. Do I have to?
Yeah.
Do they have to have failed treatment with 3 doses over 2 weeks? And how are those 3 doses given over 2 weeks? It's not. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying. So, and you're
Okay.
right. I'm not really sure about that. But it's definitely feedback I can provide back. That, you know, the dosing seems a little bit confusing.
Yep.
All right. I mean, from what I do understand is that you have to do the fluconazole first and then switch over to this product afterwards. But that's all
Gotcha.
I'm aware of. All right. So what we take a look at this one, what do you think about the MOA for this?
Yeah, it's inhibiting something in the yeast. It's, you know, that's fine. Like I said, however it's eradicating the yeast is fine with me, as long as it's a safe medication.
Okay. And then we talked a little bit about the dosing. What are your perceptions? Is there any other perceptions you have that dosing and using it for the 11 weeks afterward?
No, I think this sounds like someone who's got more recurrent or chronic type of yeast infections. I think if I can present to them information that this is going to really have significant improvement in reducing and eliminating yeast infections, I think they're going to be fine with that treatment duration.
Okay. Do you anticipate any kind of compliance issues from your patients?
Oh, that's with everything. That's with any medication.
Okay. And then, so that we'll go along the same lines of questioning. Do you have any, what is your thought about, do you think this product, again, like the other one, does it fill any unmet needs in your practice?
No, because once again, there's already, you know, papers out there that people have written about this topic, and it's, you know, with recurrent or persistent or, you know, vulvovaginitis, vulvocandidiasis, you know, it's basically there are some experts who have published, you know, data showing that, using this regimen off-label, and we know the drug's relatively safe, and people have done studies and say, okay, so I have something already, I just have to prescribe it a little differently for my patient. That may mean a little more money out of the patient's pocket if their insurance doesn't cover it, but it's certainly going to be a lot less than, you know, something like this, which is going to be a new drug regimen, which is going to be very expensive when it comes out. So it's not, once again,